Hey everybody, so today we have here, this is the Samsung Portable SSD. This is the T5 version of it. It's nice, has a nice little blue color. And we have it in here for repair, and the thing is there is, the customer can't access the drive itself there. It's an SSD, so we want to see really what the problem is. It is a 500 gig SSD hard drive. It uses USB-C connection, and looking at it, that may be why it's here in the first place, is the USB-C connection. Let's go ahead, just take a quick look under the microscope and see really what the problem is, and see if it's anything very obvious. It looks kind of like there may be some damage to it, but let's go ahead and check under the microscope. So we have it under the microscope here. You can see that one pin, there's a few pins that actually don't look too hot. Even this board kind of looks a bit suspect here. So for something like this is a USB-C connection. You would most likely need a donor to replace that piece there, but let's go ahead and just see if we can open it up and see if there's anything really inside that's really easy to access. So let's just go ahead and do that. Alright, so we do have it here. Most of the time, I'm sorry it's a little bit messy here, but it's busy season now, so we're doing the best we can really to get as much stuff out. And I just want to show you guys this because this did come in. There's usually a way to access it and to open them. The most obvious one is at least up top here. So what we can do is, it looks like that this is a little piece of like skin. We can just peel this off and see. You can see it was pretty easy. Look. So we could just peel this off here and see that comes off, and we can lift this up. So this, it feels like it's just an easy way just to peel this off. And this was a little bit adhesed, and you can see that there is some screws that go on the top here. There's a very small screws, so maybe we can just take our screwdriver here and let's see. Well, it kind of lifted itself a little bit there. Looks like there was some damage here to the side. You can see that. Maybe this has been attempted before, who knows. But there's a bit of damage here. Maybe it's been dropped, and maybe that's part of the reason why it's in here for repair. But that does look like it's some type of impact on the side here. Well, this does slide up, so it's very nice and easy. So we can put this to the side. This is just a little probably aluminum case. Now I do see that here is, we can peel this off, and this is a little bit of a covering here. And it looks like that this USB-C connection is actually a piece of the main board here, and this can be removed, it looks like. A few screws that do go in here. There's only 3, it looks like, so I guess we can just assemble this. It looks pretty easy so far. The USB-C connection's a little bit pushed in there, so we just can pull it and pull it off like this. Now we're left with this, and there's your little thermal pad here. There we go. There we go. And now this should just come right off like this. We can just mainly get the data off. We can extract it from this. Look on the microscope, make sure that was damaged, but it looks like that was just mainly the USB-C port. But sometimes if you keep touching it, you can fry something on it. So let's just make sure this is healthy, and then we'll go try to see if we can plug it in. The board looks to be pretty healthy. The pins look to be pretty healthy. We can go ahead, I guess, and plug it in, but let's just double check real quick. We'll go on the main back here. We can see all the components to see if there's anything that's obvious, any type of burn marks, any corrosion, or anything else like that. But obviously, since this is more just a USB-C port damage, that this is probably going to be okay. And it looks fine. This just looks like it's your regular SATA drive. That's really all it seems to be. And for this, I believe we do actually have our connection here. We can make it into SATA. So we do have mSATA to SATA. If you have mSATA to the USB, all the more power to you. So we can plug that in, and we can use this as a main SATA device. So if you have one of these, this will be pretty straightforward and simple, as long as there's no damage really to the actual module itself here. I'm going to take my little adapter here, and I'm going to go plug it in a USB connector that we have for normal hard drives. So I have this, I can plug this into, and we're going to be plugging it in because it's going to have a regular SATA port, which you can plug in any other type of hard drive to it, like any other SSD or anything else like that. So if you have like a regular hard drive, these plug in as well. You can see this is called a SATA connection, and you could get one of these too. They're like a SATA to USB connection, and if everything's healthy and good, you can recover your data like that, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to do it, which would be great. And let's go ahead and plug it in here. So if you have a sled, you can just plug it in with a sled like one of these, and let's go ahead and see if it's going to go work. Now it's going through 2 different connections. This isn't the greatest way to do it and show it, but oh, there it goes. It came up right away. So you can see it says Samsung T5 We do see here, I don't want to obviously open it so you can see the customer's data, but it will show up there as a T5 drive, and it's going to be pretty easy to extract data. Alright guys, so hope you guys enjoyed watching this video on, I guess it's just a way to recover your own data and to remove the module from the Samsung Portable SSD T5. And you can see that it's not really too much of a big deal to do it, especially if you have a problem with that port. The ports get damaged, it's still very, very easy for these ports to actually damage. And especially if you have any trouble, if you're plugging in, ripping out all the time like that. Most of the time these types of drives are connected to another board. If you looked at our other video, we actually show how much data recovery can go for Western Digital drives, and ones where you may have to convert a USB board to a SATA board. And we're lucky that this is a pretty common connection, that it's not really the same as the other one, because if this was all a USB-C board, then what we would have to do, we would have to replace the USB-C connection, which isn't too big of a deal. We can probably get a donor one, and these are pretty common. You can just get another one, but especially during busy time, it's going to save the customer time and money, as well as us, and especially for labor and everything, it's going to make everything a lot more smoother for that. So hope you guys enjoyed watching, and you guys learned something today. We also do have other data recovery videos. You should definitely check out the one where how you have to convert a USB to a SATA. Please go ahead and check that out. If you're interested, subscribe for more content, leave a like if you really did find this video informative, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.